Hello and welcome to episode 8 now of the No Hype Zone. I'm Seth. This is Lance. We are filming today back at our studio. We want to, in the next couple of weeks, we were talking about having you guys tell us if you have a man cave. We want to film at your man cave. So
or
James,
a female cave, either one.
or that. So James, we want to come to you next week. We know we've got a Cleveland Browns and Cleveland Indians and Ohio State set up at your house. Okay. So we want to do that.
And then Sonny, we know you got the Pittsburgh Steelers set up. Darwin, we know you got just pretty much everything Arizona set up. Anybody else that's got a man cave out there, we want to come on out there and do the show from the man cave. So what we want you to do is you're going to take Seth's email and you're going to give him your information and let him know if we can come on out there and do the man cave.
Yeah, do a man cave show. We think that'll be kind of fun, so we can see all the sports memorabilia up that you have.
Yeah.
And because we don't want to do it all the time from here, we want to go on location. And as you say, what'd you say?
We're on a road trip.
Road trip.
There we go.
We got a road game.
That's right, road games.
To do.
I love them. I love them.
Okay, so let's start with the bracket.
You gonna take your bracket?
How's your bracket going, man?
My bracket sucks. My bracket sucks. It sucked last night when Tennessee decided to lose.
Wait, there's big controversy with the three-pointer that was made at the end, or he got fouled. The guy on Purdue got fouled. Everyone's calling it like a ticky-tack foul, so he was able to make the free throws going to overtime.
I remember that.
So everyone is all up in arms. Should we change the rules about that?
He got
Just like they did in the NFL?
He got 3 free throws. He missed the first one. He hit the last 2.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, it's a foul. That's human error on the ref. I don't think this is as bad as that NFL egregious call with the Rams in New Orleans.
Yeah.
This is just in the moment, in the play. The refs called a foul. He seen the foul. I don't know if they went to replay or not, but the guy had 3 free throws and he nailed. But he hit 2 of the free throws to take them in to tie the game up. And then next thing you know, they won the game.
So we want to get into that. We're almost getting ahead of ourselves with the whole decision made about the replay of the NFL, so we can talk about that.
Yeah.
But here's my bracket. I got some X's, got some circles. Tennessee. Oops.
Thank you, Tennessee.
So I was trying to go in the no hype when I picked Ohio State, because everyone knows I'm a big Ohio State nerd. In the hype, I'm in the no hype zone is what I'm trying to say. I thought about, hey, I don't want to bet with my heart, I want to bet with my mind. And I picked Iowa State over Ohio State.
That was a good no hype.
Yes. So I'm trying to be like as unbiased as I can, but that kind of screwed me in the end. Iowa State, I had you going to the Elite 8, and Ohio State beat you. Yeah, look at that.
But see, the thing is, the Cyclones was all the analysts, and Cyclones look good. I mean, they was one of those teams that they said they was going to, surprise everybody in the tournament. So that wasn't a bad call.
And I was able to watch that game last week at a bar with my Iowa State friend fan. And so I had my Ohio State gear on. He had his Iowa State gear on. People were looking at us like, are you guys friends? I was like, of course we'll be friends, man. We can like different teams and still be friends, you know? So that was fun. They gave me a good big hug at the end. Okay. But I was like, hey, man, I saw Iowa State in my bracket, so it's a lose-lose for me. Yeah. So,
and it's every show we fanning each other because it's always a little
a little bug in here. That's all right.
And we always look like we smacking each other going through some.
Yeah, Michigan State beating Texas Tech. Oops. Gonzaga's looking pretty good.
Gonzaga's a team that can beat Duke.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, they're scary.
Last week I was in my, when I was in the no hype, or I'm sorry, when I was in my hype, I was like, hey, Gonzaga's like, they're in the Boise State of college basketball because they play these, crappy teams and what are they in the WCC conference? They play like San Francisco and some random teams.
They play St. Mary's though, and those type of guys. So they play against some schools that just focus on basketball. Right. Basketball schools. So.
Right. So Gonzaga's looking pretty good. They're beating teams comfortably.
They always have.
So dang, they took out Florida State because I had Murray State playing Gonzaga. I know you had Murray State going to the championship game, right?
No. Okay. I took Murray, and we talked about this last week. I should have picked Murray State to win the first one, but I didn't really have them going past, the second round. I'm looking good because I still got Gonzaga up there. However, I got Gonzaga meeting Marquette, which is, not going to happen. So now with the, my bottom bracket.
Oh, shoot, you had ASU going.
I picked the ASU. I was trying to go for the Devils. Texas Tech is really surprising. Texas Tech got some athletes on that team. So kudos to Texas Tech. So you got Texas Tech versus Gonzaga right now. And we got to figure out the winner of the Duke Virginia Tech game.
People are saying that Virginia Tech can take out Duke because they've got 3 and 4 year starters, and Duke is all full of freshmen. And
be.
Virginia Tech did beat him earlier in the season, but that was without Zion.
Right.
So Zion, is he going to have the game of his life? He's the player everyone's talking about. So I guess we got to talk about him too.
He's got to. I mean, you figure his whole purpose was to come there to win the national championship.
Yep.
He didn't have to play. He didn't especially after Shoegate. He didn't have to play anymore. And he could have you could have said no. But if he's gonna get out there, he's got to get out there and ball.
Yeah.
The only problem is their kryptonite is, like you said, these teams that have 4-year players on there, and that's why Gonzaga is such a powerhouse, because not only do they have the players that stay 4 years, but they bring in studs that want to come into the program, that want to be a part of that legacy of that 4-year program. So they are consistent every year.
Yep.
When it comes to tournament time.
Yeah, and I want to touch on that Zion. Everyone was calling, even Scottie Pippen was like, hey, Zion shouldn't play anymore, so he doesn't hurt his draft stock or whatever. But hey, if the kid loves to play basketball, he's going to play, man. Like you said, he's here to win a championship. That's like, he can look back in 30, 40, 50 years and be like, I went to Duke, I got a ring, it was awesome, and he looks like he loves college basketball. Right. Everyone around him, he elevates their game. Yeah. He's very bubbly. He's got a great personality. He raises everybody else's game. I like that about Zion. Even though, my no hype is, I can't stand Duke. I'm sorry, my hype is, I can't stand Duke, but my no hype's got to be like, hey, they're a fun team to watch.
And you know what? Nah, I totally agree. No hype, no hype. Duke is the team to beat. But I got to also say that I think I am in the hype a little bit, because my mind is telling me Gonzaga is going to win this thing. On the bracket, I put down Duke.
Okay, Gonzaga and Duke.
Right. So I got Gonzaga and Duke.
I got Gonzaga and Duke as well.
I think that's obvious. So no hype. I got no hype. I believe Gonzaga can do it. Hype. I believe Duke can do it, especially with Zion. To touch on a little bit of what you just said about Zion, I think that is awesome to be able to say you won a grammar school championship, you won a high school championship, you won an NCAA championship. He's going to be a future Olympian. So you get a gold medal. You hope that you can win a championship, an NBA championship. Those type of things put you in the class where not many people can be in. So to avoid not trying to go out and give it all you got for the championship game would be silly on his part. And I looked at them to perform again, but you can't do nothing when you're coming up against a team that has more experience, like them Gonzagas. I don't know what the Texas Tech whole makeup is, but they look like they're a little bit solid. Virginia, I know the coach there. He's been on the hot seat a little bit because his teams have been a little fired. But those type of teams, and that team could even be scary if it can get a little far. Because I had Virginia being taken out by Tennessee, but now without Tennessee being in the route,
you and me both.
Right.
Shoot, we have Duke and Tennessee in the title game.
So now I'm looking at North Carolina coming out of that side of that bracket, because North Carolina is the stronger team. And again, North Carolina is as scary as Gonzaga, because North Carolina beat Duke twice. So again,
but that was without Zion.
That was without Zion, but still,
And then with Zion, they lost by 1.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
So we're gonna see. So it's getting fun.
It is. So I got Duke, Tennessee in my final. So I guess now, from a fandom perspective, I'm gonna go for Duke, Carolina. I guess. That's what we all want to see. And if you notice too, I think all the teams so far, there's only one double-digit seed. Oregon was the only one that got in there, but otherwise all the other teams are like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Right.
Everyone, we talked about this. We touched on this last week. Everyone wants the big upsets and whatnot, but ultimately that's not what we want to see as a viewer. I don't want to watch Butler and Duke in a final again. No one's going to watch, but I do want to see Duke and North Carolina. That's going to be a big ass final. Right.
So, and real talk, unless you're from those colleges, that's the only time. Again, I'm not knocking those teams down, but Gonzaga has been in the tournament so long that you don't look at them like a mid-major or like a little small team. You look at them as a powerhouse. But
that's
like you said, if a Butler comes in there, or these other teams that's trying to find their way, at Murray State or one of those guys, you're like, okay, Murray State may interest you only just because you want to see Ja Morant.
Right.
But other than that, you want to see North Carolina and Duke. You might. I don't even want to see Virginia, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Virginia would bore me. They're boring.
Yes.
So I would have liked to see Tennessee in there. So hopefully either did Kentucky lose?
No, they're still in it.
See, and Kentucky this year, as much as I like Calipari,
I think they're still in it.
Are they still in it?
Yeah, I don't have them on my bracket.
They didn't lose. Yeah. Okay. So Kentucky.
I think they play today, actually.
Yeah, they play today. Kentucky play Iowa State today. So
not Iowa State. Kentucky's going to play Houston.
That's right.
Houston's still in there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's go to the bracket.
Yeah.
I
want to touch something else about the tournament. Well, about Zion. The one thing for him, I hope that he is Kentucky and Houston. Okay.
Kentucky and Houston.
I hope that Zion can stay healthy. The big concern for him is what I've been hearing is that 6'7", 285-pound frame, all that weight coming down on those legs, him being so explosive and so athletic, kind of like your boy from the Bulls. Both knees got broken twice.
Just recently?
What's his name?
Derrick Rose?
Derrick Rose, yeah.
Yeah.
He was almost like too quick for his own body, and he broke himself down so fast, so quick. I just hope that this doesn't happen to him, because I want to see him play. Remember Greg Oden, big, tall, Overdorf dude from Ohio State? He was injured within 3 years of his career,
Right.
and he was out.
Right.
I think he does have a championship with Miami, but that was after he came back from all those knee surgeries and whatnot.
The Portland curse.
Which is yeah, right.
Portland curse. He goes there, and then where does Kevin Durant go? Kevin Durant goes to OKC.
And don't forget about this one, right? When Portland
Sam
took
Bowie.
Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan.
The number one.
But who would have known back then? Who knows, right? Just like this year, who's got who's in the top 4 of the draft this year? It's going to be like Phoenix, New York,
Chicago,
and Cleveland. I'm saying
but
like the
they
bottom
still
4
got
teams.
they still got to do their lottery.
Correct.
But yeah, you're right. Those 4 teams, and it's
So they're saying like if the Knicks or the Phoenix gets the number 1 pick, now we got the conspiracy theory. We did touch on this last week about if the Knicks are going to get the number 1 pick and take Zion. What about Phoenix, man? I think Phoenix should take.
We get Ja Morant, we good. Cause Ja Morant, that we've been talking about Lonzo, and I know we're getting ahead of ourselves going into the NBA.
Yeah.
But this is still related to college ball.
Right.
They were talking about LeVar Ball was talking about bringing Lonzo to Phoenix. That'd be a perfect fit. And after I thought about it, I was like, that's perfect. Because the way Book is scoring right now, we just need a good point guard. And Aiden, and I'm not going to say we because I'm not a Suns fan, but I'm going to say the Suns. The Suns will look good with a point guard such as a Lonzo, who is a pass-first point guard, and even better with a Ja Morant, who is one of the more cerebral players in college basketball. And that's why they're comparing him to Westbrook because of the triple-double.
Mm-hmm.
Not, Westbrook makes a lot of stupid decisions. But this guy here, he's ahead of his time as far as the way he plays, and he has the athleticism to back it up. So hopefully that mistake happens, that we get Ja Morant, because I think he fits in better. Now if we get Zion,
that's a game changer right there, man. Just from like a jersey sales point, they're gonna be on TV a lot more.
Yeah. Book could get a lot of look.
That's what I'm saying. Like for Booker, I feel like he needs another guy to help him out. He can't carry the whole team by himself. I think I saw a stat the other night. They lost to Utah. It was like 124-90. He had 60 points. It was like the most points anyone has scored when losing by 30 more points, which is like an odd, obscure stat. But that is ridiculous. He needs like a Robin, or he needs a Batman, or he needs a Robin or something.
You need Aiden to really stop playing like a rookie, even though he's playing really good. But he needs to step up. He's one of the more talented rookies in the game. And like Drake said in this song, "Wet Like I'm Book." Book got a jump shot that won't stop. So as far as I'm concerned, until they put some pieces around him, he's going to have to put that 50-point load on him. So if you give him a point guard who can distribute and cause some havoc and distract, the defense from not double-teaming Book and not just focusing on the main guys. Because you got T.J. Warren, who should be doing something with those guys. What's that other boy, Jones? He's really athletic, but none of those guys has panned out yet. And like you said, the pressure is all on Book. So hopefully Ja Morant can get on over here to Phoenix.
And to segue, why don't we just talk about the NBA right now, since we're already on that subject?
Okay, so you want to lead the NCAA along? I mean, you done with the tournament?
Well, we have another slate of games today. It's Friday right now, so we're going to have the Final Four by this weekend, right? Or the Elite Eight?
Right, so
we'll
look,
have
here
the Final Four by next week.
So here we go. Here, we're going to go ahead and go off for this right here. All right.
And then real quick, hopefully, going off that NBA thing with the Suns, they can attract some free agents in the offseason. If you have Booker, if you have Ja or Zion, then you got to imagine or think, hey, a free agent would be like, wow, that's a really bomb-ass team to play with.
Right.
I want to go over there like a good free agent. There's like 8 or 9 good free agents that are going to be available come July. So maybe something will happen.
Yeah. Well, look, let's go ahead and go on our hype, and I know hype on these teams.
Okay.
So my hype going forward is, I'm going to go with, my hype would be to see North Carolina win, to be honest, because of always love North Carolina. However, Duke is the team, no hype, that I believe that has advantage, and also the no hype would be Gonzaga, because Gonzaga would be the team that I wouldn't pick, but I think that out of all three teams I just named, has the best chance of winning. So,
and because Gonzaga beat Duke earlier this year, but that was when Duke was young and didn't mature yet. That might be a good matchup. I think in the Final Four there, Duke and Gonzaga. Hopefully that happens. A lot of people have Michigan State over Duke, but then again, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Duke has to play Virginia Tech today.
Yeah,
they're saying, like we said earlier, that could be a tough game. So we shall see.
Yes, sir.
So shoot, man. I got Virginia, Tennessee. Oops.
UNC.
So
you got Virginia and Purdue now. So
Virginia, Purdue.
So you going?
That's a boring game.
It is very boring. But
Purdue and Virginia.
Be a very efficient, good game. So in my hype, I'm gonna go with Purdue because Purdue is closer to Chicago. And Virginia is not. So, and my no hype will be Virginia. Right now, we got that North Carolina-Kansas game today. So
Kansas is out. Kansas is out.
Kansas out. Is it Auburn?
Auburn's in. Auburn's playing. Where are we right now? Auburn is playing
North Carolina.
Yeah, Auburn's going to play North Carolina. Yeah.
So my hype is North Carolina. My no hype is Auburn. And
no. Your no hype would also be North Carolina.
No, my hype will be North Carolina.
Okay.
And my no hype will be.
So you're going Auburn over UNC?
No, actually, I take that back. You're right. My no hype is
Carolina.
North Carolina, and my hype is Carolina.
Yes.
Okay, I got that. Okay, because I want to like them, and then Iowa State.
Nope. Iowa State's not there. It's Houston.
So I don't know anything about Houston, so I'm gonna go all hype on Kentucky, but I don't like Kentucky because I think they're boring this year. I mean, I love Calipari, but they just boring.
Yeah,
so
they always underachieve.
They don't even get a hype or a no hype. Just forget that game. Period. They just wiped out. No hype.
Yeah.
Going over to the opposite section, we're gonna go with Gonzaga versus who they playing? Texas Tech. Gonzaga versus Texas Tech. So my hype and no hype is Gonzaga. Okay. I don't think Texas Tech gonna pull them out.
Yep.
And then going up top, we got the Duke, Virginia Tech. Hype is Duke. No hype is Duke.
Okay.
LSU, hype. Michigan State, no hype.
Gotcha.
I gotta go there because
I agree.
Izzo can do it, and I'm thinking that LSU is just going off of fumes now. They dealing with a lot of controversy. They have some talent, but they lost their coach. And now you got Michigan State, who is solid, who's got hot right now.
Right.
However, I think again hype LSU because I want to see them go far, but no hype Izzo. I believe he has what it takes to get his team over.
Speaking of Izzo, you hear everyone was talking about he's berating his player and whatnot. Like, why are we talking about that? Like, you never get yelled at. Like, if I ever have kids one day and I have a coach, if my son messes up, yell at him, like get in his face. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like, oh, it's okay, man. Like, you got to have some adversity. How do you bounce back from that?
So, true story. Let me give you a story.
Yeah.
In grammar school, I played for St. Philip Neri. And we was playing against St. Bride's. And my boy DeMarco, who was a close friend of mine, DeMarco Hughes, he was a beast on that other team. And we needed to get to the playoffs. And this was the last game, and I was one of the top players in that little league. And make a long story short, Mr. Holt was our gym teacher, but he had a struggling voice like that, talk like that. Some, I don't know if he's
years of yelling for so long.
And smoking cigarettes, so you can hear his voice. Yeah. So, but he was a heck of a coach and a heck of a mentor, and I love him to death. And got down, I scored the last second bucket, got fouled, and I need to hit these 2 free throws to take us into overtime. We get back to the we meet in the huddle, and coach is all of a sudden writing up a play on what we're gonna do after I hit these free throws. So I'm sitting there the whole time like doing a Patrick move, like, wait a minute, now if I decide if I don't hit these free throws, what's going to be the play after that? So I was a punk. I waited till we broke out of the huddle, like, yeah, we got this. And I stopped like, coach, what are we gonna do if I miss these free throws? He looked at me in my eyes like this, and had little eyes, took his glasses off, and said, you ain't gonna miss these free throws. I had ice in my veins. I went up there, to this day, I still don't know how I hit both of those free throws. Hit both of those free throws, win the overtime, we ended up winning the game. We ended up finishing 3rd place for the whole league. But sometimes players need that coach that's gonna pull that monster up out of them. Sometimes that your confidence is not as big as your talent.
Yep.
And sometimes that coach has got to get that confidence to match the level of your talent.
Sure.
So if I see that potential in you, and I know you can do it, and you're coming underneath, I'm not gonna pull a Bobby Knight and throw a chair at you.
Yes,
but I'm gonna talk to you and try to motivate you.
Right.
And the boy came out and said he got a great relationship with Izzo. So so again.
And I have no problem with that. If Izzo were to like put his hands on him or be aggressive or like pull a Bobby Knight and throw chairs, then I think we would have a problem. But if you're getting in his face, totally fine. Sometimes these kids need that, you know? So to, like you said, to pull it out of them or to like get them back to reality or, you know, get their mind right. So.
Yeah, it's just balancing out that confidence versus talent. Coaches think about it. Coaches don't deal with people that they don't think that can ball.
Yeah.
They'll let you sit on the bench or they really can care less.
Yeah.
But when they know that you have that potential and you're not living up to that potential, and they know that you want to live up to that potential, it's like almost horse race. Come on. Now we're gonna win this Kentucky Derby. You know, that type of thing. So you want to go into baseball?
Baseball. Okay, so opening day yesterday. I don't know if you guys can tell. My second time wearing this outfit.
Yeah, you
so,
must be a
Red Sox fan.
Yankees fan.
And the funniest thing, you know, so the Red Sox lose yesterday. We'll start with that real quick. And everyone's like, "Oh my God!" Like they're on pace for 162. Like it's one game, everybody. Like calm down, pump the brakes. Just like he's gonna be like, the Dodgers hit 8 home runs yesterday. It was so awesome. Oh my God!
I walked through the gym all day. Like, did you see that? And I happened to see it when Bellinger and who was that? Bellinger and Hernandez went back to back, and I was in the middle of training. I was like, Seth, see that? Bam!
Yeah.
And Hernandez, bam! Right back to back. Ooh, that was such a. And you know, being in Arizona, everybody loves these Diamondbacks. I keep trying to tell you, if you go to Chase Field and the Dodgers come to town, the whole
it's like 8% blue.
The whole stadium is blue.
Yeah. Just like I've got opening weekend tickets for the Red Sox when they come to Arizona, which is fantastic. Yes, yeah. So I'm right behind the Red Sox bullpen. So hopefully I can get a baseball or two. Like hey, have somebody sign it. That'd be fantastic. So keep my fingers crossed. If I do, I'll bring it on the show.
Yeah, with your luck, you always get that to happen.
Yeah.
So. But we had yesterday, beautiful day. Taking it all the way down to Cubs. Cubs had a heck of a day. My father would have been happy.
12-4, right?
12-4. Baez had two homers. Bryant went yard. Lester gets a win. That's good news for the Cubs. Lester's back on doing his thing. Again, it's the first day though. First day. So you can't.
Yes. So everybody.
No, we're in the hype. We're in the hype zone.
Okay.
We're in the hype zone.
We're in the hype. We're not in the no.
We're not in the hype zone. We're in the hype zone because. Believe me, we've been trying to pump up some hype into baseball.
Yes.
And because of these 3 signings, these big old contracts, it forced me to want to figure out what was going on opening day. I was hyped. My wife was trying to talk to me yesterday, and she was like, "You're going to be doing a show tomorrow." And I'm like, "Look.
It's research. We're doing research.
I'm doing research, right."
That's what I try to say too.
Right. I look like I'm focusing right now because I just had a long day and I just want to sit back and be entertained. No, you're not. You're trying to take notes for the show.
Yes.
I'm not gonna tell you you're right.
Yeah.
So anyway, so with that being said, it's all hype. So the Cubs, Dodgers, my favorite team. Cubs being my secondary team, even though I'm from Chicago. Cubs, good win. Padres won.
They won despite Machado doing 0-3, right? 0-3.
0-3.
0-3.
Goose eggs.
It was funny you say that because Bryce Harper also went 0-3.
But he did get an intentional walk.
Did he get one? Okay. He also got a run, and so some guy had an over under 2.5 at bats when he would get booed. After his third at bat, they booed Bryce Harper for a strikeout. Second strikeout.
What? Philly?
The fans of Philly booed him. Oh my Lord.
That's Philly.
And in fantasy baseball, I have Bryce Harper. Some guy offered me Mookie bets for Bryce Harper. And I sat on it for a minute or for a day or two. I even told him, hey, let me sleep it off. Let me sleep it over. I came back to him and said, okay, I'll make the trade because Red Sox fan, I've had Bryce for 5 years now in fantasy baseball. And I feel like Mookie would give me more stats than Bryce would because Bryce will only get you home runs and walks and whatnot. So the guy who was making the trade with was like, hey, Bryce is my favorite player. This is him talking. But this is my first year doing fantasy baseball. Let me just sit on it again. After I re-proposed a trade, he was like, not just quite yet. Give me a week to kind of figure things out. I said, hey, take your time, my friend. But I'm willing to trade Mookie for Bryce Harper.
So you was in the hype when you traded Mookie?
No, I haven't done it yet.
Okay.
I was in my hype, yes, when I initially said no. So I'm like, I like Bryce, even though Mookie is a Red Sox.
Right.
But then I try to think, I had to get into the no hype zone. Okay. Be like, you know what, Mookie might give me more stats, more hits, more steals, maybe a higher batting average. May not give me the home runs, but it'll give me more doubles, maybe more triples, maybe more hits. Because all Bryce is just homers and strikeout and doubles guy. Get you a high OPS, high on base percentage, but we'll see.
So, with that being said, we was talking hype and no hype, because I like the way you said that about getting Mookie bets. I was thinking long and hard about what Machado does for the Padres.
Machado.
I said it right. Machado does for the Padres. Is Francisco Tatis is the one that when Machado is out there, is Francisco on?
It's
on
not
Padres?
Francisco, but yeah, Tatis is.
Is he on Padres?
Yes, he's the number one scout or draft pick, whatever like that.
Yeah.
Like the number one but he's the number one guy basically. He's the number one prospect,
Right.
and they brought him up. But I think he plays. If Machado plays, I think he's still playing third, and then Tatis will play short, or vice versa.
I think I heard the commentator saying yesterday that the Machado allows you. No, that was Harper. That's Harper. That was Harper. So I'm talking Washington.
Okay.
Because when Harper got intentionally walked, Tatis is on the he's on the Nationals, I believe. Is that right? I think I got that.
Well, Bryce
right.
is on Philly.
Philly, excuse
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Philly.
So different guy, different
right,
Tatis?
Different
Okay.
Tatis. So anyway, with him being walked, that's why you bring somebody, you pay money for Harper
To protect him.
To protect him because they're not going to pitch to him. So I think that's what Machado is going to do for San Diego.
Well, San Diego's got the Tatis guy. I see what you're saying now.
I know Patrick is sitting around watching this, cracking up, like, get this right. But at least you see we watching baseball, Patrick.
Yes.
So with that being said, these bigger guys it's not you want them to go out there and produce for you, but they're big. They can also allow you to force a pitcher to intentionally and pinch around him, and then you got another stud that can come up there and score for you.
Yep.
So getting back to the scores, we talked about Greinke getting rocked yesterday. By
7 earned on 7 hits.
Seager, Peterson, Muncy, Bellinger, Hernandez. The Dodgers set a record for the most home runs hit in opening day. Take that.
They're on pace for 1,036 home runs or something like that this year if they keep that up. Or
I
something.
need it because come to the World Series, we lay eggs. We wet the bed. We have problems. We deal with
But if you think about this, who was in the World Series last year?
The Dodgers.
And
Yeah.
we don't gloat here in the no hype zone.
Yeah, that's
We don't
gloating.
do that.
I
We
don't care what you say. Like Patrick yesterday said. What did Patrick say? He said, "Yeah, I told you, Padres is gonna be in first place, and the Red Sox is gonna be in last place. It's only one game, Patrick. But again, we all in the hype.
Yeah.
Yankees beat the Orioles yesterday.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, who does? I mean, the Orioles are the Orioles.
No, I don't. The team that the Orioles played, I don't pay attention.
The Yankees. I
Yeah,
know
I don't pay.
you don't pay attention. Yeah,
no one cares.
Nobody cares about
No one
Aaron
cares.
Judge and
No.
all the pinstripes.
Nope.
Yeah, that's a good team, though. Okay,
Nope.
that's fine. Just because they're Boston.
In my hype, I don't want to talk about it. In the no hype,
I like it.
oh man, do we really have to talk about the Yankees?
You got to talk about this baseball.
But we want to give everyone a fair shot. What about those Blue Jays?
See, ain't nobody talking about the Blue Jays, but they're a good team.
We can.
Okay.
What about Colorado?
You're still in the hype, though. You know that, right? You're still in the hype because you just
No,
don't want to talk
I
about the
know.
Yankees because
I know.
because you're your Boston team.
I know.
So
I know.
That's
we
like
gotta be fair and balanced here.
Right.
In the no hype zone.
So I'm going to be no hype. Greinke got rocked yesterday by Arizona, and the Dodgers kicked their butt. And then the Dodgers kicked their butt.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Brewers and the Cardinals. Now, I think this is close to home for you because you took your father to go see Yelich.
Yeah.
Yelich had
Yeah.
a heck of a game.
Yeah.
Now, he's not one of those $300 million ball players, but
Yet.
he's going to
Yet.
be one. But he produced. So they beat the Cardinals 5-4, which was surprising. That was a very good game. The Cardinals look good, man.
They're actually, I think we made World Series picks a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
I think I'm changing mine. I got St. Louis.
Mm.
I have St. Louis in the World Series this year. Think about it.
You don't like the Brewers?
No. I
Okay.
think the Brewers might take a step back. I really have this thing for St. Louis. I mean, their acquisitions in the offseason, good pitching. I mean, they got
Houston?
Goldschmidt. They got Houston's American League.
Right, okay.
So I'll probably have Houston. Oh, do I say the Red Sox? Am I allowed to say the Red? Am I allowed to say?
You
am
can
I
say
allowed
I'm
to the
hype
Red
and no
Sox?
hype. You can
That's
say
true,
hype and
that's
no
true,
hype.
that's
So,
true.
because I'm going to say hype Dodgers, and I'm going to say no hype Dodgers. I'm just going to say that.
Fair enough.
And you know what? That's a lie. Hype Dodgers, no hype St. Louis. And my father would be upset with me for saying St. Louis because my secondary team is the Cubs.
Right.
There's two teams that you hate being a Cub fan, just like you talking about the pinstripes.
Yep.
The White Sox, Chicago White Sox, that's why their home is called the Cell, because that's what it feels like. And Burn, yeah, and then you got the St. Louis.
Yep.
Those are two
Makes
teams.
sense.
But again, my Dodgers, hopefully y'all can do it. Please. Dodgers, and then you got St. Louis is my no hype. So
48 home runs hit yesterday on opening day. 48.
That's hype.
That's a lot.
That's hype.
That's a lot.
Thousands.
With these new swings now, right? Like Patrick was talking about, like these swings are all uppercut swings now, you know? So
Good
we're
stuff.
gonna see a lot of home runs, a lot of strikeouts again.
Yeah. So you got Lorenzo Kane. He
Hit the
without
game-saving
game-saving
catch. Yeah, I
Yep,
saw that.
That
That
was
was
very
cool. That was
good
cool.
yesterday. The good matchup. The Mets. Now I know you can talk about the Mets. I know you got your New
Yeah,
York Times.
I don't mind
Yeah, the Mets.
talking about the Mets.
But that was a great matchup between I can't pronounce the name. Scherzer and
Scherzer and
DeGrom.
DeGrom.
DeGrom
Yeah.
is for real, man.
Yep.
And
Here's a stat about DeGrom. First pitcher ever, the last 30 games, he's allowed 3 runs or less in every single one of his starts. So that is a record dating back to last year.
wow. And
Yeah.
you know what they said yesterday? You know they Scherzer had 7 Ks. Scherzer had 7 Ks, 2 earned runs. DeGrom went 6 innings pitched, 10 Ks yesterday. That's nice. I like double-digit Ks. I like the stolen bases. I like the Lorenzo Kane with the game-winning catch.
Yep.
That's the stuff that's
fun.
gonna keep me
Yes.
watching
Because
baseball.
anybody can hit a home run now, man.
Yeah.
Like, let's see you, steal a base. Let's see you, outfield assist.
Yeah.
Let's see, a really Awesome double play.
But
Stuff like that.
I wouldn't mind seeing a home run streak go on. Like
True.
I said, I loved it. I was living in Chicago with Sammy Sosa going nuts versus Mark McGwire.
Yeah,
It was nothing like watching.
I wouldn't
that.
mind seeing somebody hitting 70 home runs
Right.
this year. That'd be kind of cool.
So what you think about kNOw leaving St. Louis? Not St. Louis, Seattle, and then going over to the Mets. He produced yesterday. He had the game-winning RBI yesterday for those
And a
guys.
home run.
And a home. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He killed it. Houston won 5-1 over the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, Rays are going to do too hot this year.
And then your big 430 didn't really do too much yesterday. The Angels went
Trout.
0. Athletics again. Your boy Boone or Moneyball, 4-1-4, 1-4-0 over Angels.
Okay.
And like I said, we're not gonna talk about them Yankees, but they beat Baltimore 7-2. So that's the baseball run. I think that we on our game. I'm enjoying baseball. I'm gonna try to see how long they can keep my attention. I'm gonna try to follow who's the stolen base leader. All them other stats I don't understand, but I'm gonna try to get a little bit more knowledgeable in regards to it because I think that we need to bring baseball back.
Yes,
and get that
make
hype
baseball
going.
great again.
Make
Bryce
it
Harper
fun.
had a hat a couple years ago that said "Make baseball great again."
That's
like,
good.
yes,
That's just about time.
yes. Show us some flair. We talked about that a couple
That's right.
episodes ago.
That's right.
So we got a couple baseball nerds in here that we were trying to bring in. So Dennis, we're
on,
coming for
Dennis.
you.
You were supposed to be here today.
We're coming
Dennis.
for you, bro.
And Patrick, I don't know where you at.
It's all right.
Yeah,
I think he's working.
We're
That's
gonna
fine.
get him. All right, so now a little quick take before we go into the NBA. Did you see that shot that Tiger hit yesterday in golf?
No.
He hit it out the bushes. He had to hit it with the club, and he turned his club left hand. He got on
is he
his-
kneeling down?
Yeah,
I thought I saw it, but I thought it was like from like a decade ago. That was like yesterday.
That was yesterday. Yeah, he lost to Snedeker.
That's a match play
Yeah.
that's going on in Austin right now.
Yeah, that was pretty good. So I just
Okay.
thought I'd bring that up.
That's fine.
And Jordan Spieth won his little
Okay.
round. All right, and then now we're going to basketball. A
Yep.
little bit on basketball. I'll let you start off because you always start and you start poking the bear, and I don't want to start this off with my hype.
Well, hold on.
See,
So hold on. So his boy is Westbrook, and he's a huge topic, I think, for any show because he's so polarizing. Because he's either super ridiculously hot or super ridiculously cold. There is no middle for him.
Right.
And the formula, what is the formula for him winning? Or I'm sorry. What's the formula? Just give me one stat. The formula for him
under 20 shots.
literally every single time. I think it's 20 or 21 shots, right?
Under 20
if he
shots.
can be efficient,
Not
and take
21,
under 20
shots. Yep.
then they win. I watched that Indiana Pacers game. I watched the second half of that, because I want to support you.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I was texting you back and forth throughout the game.
Yes.
And just letting you
He
know.
wasn't slapping me. We were slapping a little nap.
Yeah, I was slapping at that. We got a little
I
nap
see
right
it, I see
around
it,
here.
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, so they went on a 24-0 run. I think Westbrook had like 13 points, 12 boards, and like 10 assists or something like that.
Yeah, like
When
17.
Westbrook can play like that, when he uses his brain
Mm-hmm.
and doesn't, it takes the temperature of the room and has some self-awareness and makes good decisions. You guys, like you said, and last week you're like, they can go to the finals if he plays like that every time. But once he goes into
I gotta do it all.
into Westbrook crazy mode,
Wow.
then the wheels fall off the wagon. Once because he plays like this all the time. Once he's super intense,
and
and then everyone feels uncomfortable, and then it doesn't work.
You're a boss of you're the manager of some company, and your employee impose you allowing delegating to your employees to do the job so that the team can work together because the teamwork make the dream work. You figure out I'm behind. I got to make this all up. I got to hit my quota. So you try to do it all by yourself and you make mistakes. It's not, the passion is there, the effort is there. It's just that it just needs to be coached.
Yes.
And it needs to be a system. So with that being said, we know that if he gets a triple-double, he gets under 20, OKC can win because that defense is ferocious. But also you need Paul George clicking. You need Adams doing what he needs to do because Adams had a couple of games where he wasn't scoring.
Yeah.
And again.
Well, why not?
But I think, again.
Because was Russell taking too many shots?
And you know what? Russell has been doing this for years. And
Yeah.
the other team hasn't won. But when those other components ain't doing what they're supposed to do, then it forces him to try to do more than he needs to do.
Okay.
So you need that balance.
Yeah.
So, but
agree.
getting into it right now, because not a lot going on in basketball right now.
Which, real quick, Oklahoma City's very dangerously close to playing Golden State in the first round of the playoffs.
I'm not scared of that. I'd rather get rid of Golden State.
Is that hype or
early.
no hype?
That's
not
all
scared.
hype. That's all hype.
Yeah,
That's all hype.
okay.
The reason
Okay.
why I say that is because if we're gonna go up against them, I'd rather go up against them with fresh legs, with that we ain't got nothing to lose. Everybody knows we're gonna get blown out. First round, opposed to me getting so hyped up, getting to the conference finals, got the world on my back, and then I got all this other stuff going on. And I've already had 2 previous hard knock series because everybody in the West is strong. Unless you playing Portland, and even still, Dame can kill it because
But they lost that guy with the broken leg.
Yeah, Nurkic. But I'm just saying, but Dame is so consistent.
But he's only one guy. He doesn't have a Robin anymore.
But he's one of those guys that one guy, he knows how to get the most out of everybody. I no hype. Dame is one of the best point guards in the league. He's like a Chris Paul. Yep. He's one of those guys that make everybody else around him better. He can hit that shot. I'm so excited I hit the shot, he just points to his watch and says, "Dang time." Yep. So with that being said, of course everybody's on this Milwaukee, Toronto. Those are the 2 teams that's coming out of the East. And you got Philly. Philly's playing some strong ball. Indiana, again, I don't see Indiana doing too much without Oladipo.
Yeah.
Boston, I kind of think that the
I don't know. I can't figure him out.
Right out the way.
Yeah.
Boston.
They're a moody team. They're very moody.
But they like OKC of the East. They one of them teams that they got the makeup, so no matter where they're seated, if they just come together and play efficient basketball, they win the whole thing. Yeah. In the West, of course,
Denver.
Yeah,
Watch Denver.
Talk about it.
Watch Denver. I mean, the major networks never talk about Denver. All we hear is Golden State. We hear about Oklahoma City. We hear about Houston all the time.
And the Lakers.
But Denver. So we're not talking about them.
But I'm just saying that's who you hear about. I know.
Yes. We don't hear anything about Denver, and I think that's giving them a disservice because their thing is, they're not a marketable team. They're in a low. Well, you can make them marketable if you talk about them.
Yeah.
So we're here to talk about Denver. Watch Denver.
You need to market Joker.
Yes.
Murray's a good player, but Joker is the one that everybody would want to see play because this guy is he has all the mechanics, all the skills to be more than a center. He can give you a triple-double. And that's the type of center. He can get in the post. He's like Embiid. He's like Embiid in the West. He's one of those guys who can go stretch. He can go inside the post and score on you. He can do it all. So you're right. Denver's one of the teams you talk about. I'm scared to death of Houston. As far as I'm concerned, every word I said about Harden I had to eat crow and something else because Harden is so dangerous right now. He's hot, and everybody knows. And when you're talking about playoffs and NCAA tournaments, and even baseball and football, it's not about the wins. It's about who can get hot right before the playoffs. And Houston is on fire right now.
Sure.
And just to wrap this up really quick, because I know you got to go get the ooh la la
going on. Massage in 8 minutes.
Utah is strong. The Clippers is scary because I don't know what to expect out of them. Doc just got them all hypnotized playing some strong ball. So, hey, get ready for the NBA playoffs. It's about to come. Everybody knows that's one of the best seasons in all the sports. The NBA playoffs, just like the NFL playoffs. Hockey's about to kick off. Girls basketball, really quick. Go Enrique. I want to see Notre Dame win this. I'm looking forward to you killing it. Mississippi State got McCowan in there. That's going to be good, too. You got a lot of good teams that's going on in women's basketball. Yep. So, you guys support the NCAA Final Four for the ladies because it's just as exciting as the men's Final Four. I have been watching it just on the top of my head. I can't come up with all the names and everybody because I'm fascinated with Enrique because she reminds me of the female Kobe Bryant. She has that Mamba mentality. She's a beast. Enrique is a beast. I'm telling you that with hype.
Is she a beast?
She's a beast. So y'all gonna love Enrique. Watch Notre Dame girls basketball, because that girl is all, I said that, what, 6 times?
Yeah.
She's a beast. So there, y'all gonna enjoy.
Beast.
With that being said,
That's all the time we have for today. Please stay tuned for next week. James, we're gonna come to your house next week.
Man cave
Friday or
time.
Saturday. I don't know what day we're gonna do the show.
Let's
Friday or
do it.
Saturday.
I say let's do it on Saturday.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have more time.
One time.
Anyway.
Saturday, yeah, because you ain't got to worry about your ooh la las and
Yeah.
you know, the lotion spreading and all that.
Well, I am starting my softball league tomorrow, so
Okay, you got good.
can't wait for that. Softball, that's right. Slow pitch beer league softball.
That's what's up. That's
Yeah.
some good stuff.
Yeah, so we're on.
Hey, thank y'all for 8 episodes. Can we please get some comments out of y'all? Can we get
Yes.
some likes? Can we get some subscribers?
Yes.
Can we get some people to go ahead and share what we're doing? And you know, we didn't get the subscribers today. We want to try to work on that next week. But you know, we need some comments. We need some feedback. We need some support.
Feedback, for sure.
5,000. We need 5,000 people subscribe to the No Hype Zone. I hope you guys like what we're doing.
We'll get there. All right, guys. See you guys next week.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right.